Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Beef Farm and Homestead. This is going to be the third video in a little series that I've shot on a Saturday, August 7th. So let's get right into this. So this is going to be Hive 19. Hive 19 is one that I pulled a last minute split back in July, or maybe it was late June. And that split is just to kind of get my population or my hive count back up where I want it, because it was down quite a bit coming out of winter. It was low going into winter. I didn't have any winter loss, actually. I did have some hives fail going into the spring, but it wasn't because of the cold. It was because of queen issues and things like that. But so Hive 19, we pulled the queen out of there and made a split, and it made it queenless. So they were requeening. I believe this is the second try for Hive 19. There's frames in there where I marked where I've notched them. So, and I do remember seeing the queen cells in there, but I've just never followed up on 19. So we need to get in there and make sure 19's okay. So we've got 2 queenless hives, 4, which you saw the prior video, and whatever I did with that, and number 19, and we got 2 banked queens, so hopefully it'll all work out. So let's get into 19. Okay, here's Hive 19. Okay, so which one is not like the other? Strong, 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 nuttin'. This does not look good. I did see a few bees going in and out, but not very many. Not a good sign. This may be full of wax moths. Hope not. Let's check it out. Well, there's a decent amount of bees right there, appears to be. Well, this don't look too bad. Good population there. They're just not busy out front. Look up here for a queen just in case. There's a lot of bees on that lid. Every now and then you'll see a queen on the lid. Okay, we're running a frame feeder in this one. I haven't filled it up in quite some time. I have put on 75 pounds of sugar on my hives so far. And I'm on my 4th 25-pound bag, but I'm only putting it on these smaller hives. I'm OCD, so I always got to start on the left, but this is messing with me. I'm going to have to start on the right. Oh, I can't handle it. It's hard to get in here with that feeder is why I'm saying I'm starting on the right. I got more space over here. Yeah, so that's just an empty frame, nothing going on there. A little bit of nectar at the top. Normally I'd give them a puff of smoke and get these out of my way, but in case there's a queen in here, I don't want to run her into the bottom box. So you can see 2 frames I've notched here. That one there, and that one right there. See the N? That means I've notched that. When I say notch, I mean I put a brood frame in there that had eggs, and I notched those young eggs to help them pull queens down. They'll pull queens down where you make those notches, typically. So this is nectar. It's probably that's pretty full actually. That's probably a mix of sugar water and forage. There's quite a few bees in here actually. I'm surprised there's not more out front. Again, that's all nectar, shiny right here. And they've capped a little, starting to cap a little bit right there. About half the honey I harvested this year was uncapped because of all the humidity and nectar flow. They couldn't get out and forage because of the rain. And when they could go forage, it was just a slam fest as fast as they could get it. And then the flow was over and I was left with a bunch of uncapped frames, which we harvested and dehydrated them down to the right moisture content. Oh, look at this. Yeah, we got a layer in here. On the other side of this frame is an awesome brood pattern. So she's laid this up in the center and worked her way out. This looks like a frame where I would see a queen, because it's all pretty fresh. There's still a lot of empty cells out in here that she could be working on. Let's look at the other side. Man, look at that. Ain't that a pretty sight? That's a good brood pattern. It's all nice and flat and uniform. There's a few skip cells, but not many. I don't see her. Wow! So that means we're queen right on every hive that I've looked at and know of. We're going to start our summer inspections now, late summer post-harvest inspections. Start doing oxalic acid treatments a little bit for the mites. And I'm sure we'll find us a hive that needs attention. Wow, this is laid up brood pattern on both sides. So when the fall flow gets here, they'll have them a nice workforce. They'll go gather up all that goldenrod nectar. Smells like dirty socks. Tastes good though. I like it. It's a kind of a more sorghum-y type flavored honey. I don't see her. Of course, you wouldn't expect to see her on a frame that's basically done. Let's see what's next to this one. Wow, I'm excited. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those 2 Wildflower Meadow queens I got banked over there in the nukes. I don't know if I've got enough bottom boards and everything to get them into a 10 frame. And that hive stand they're on is just 2x4s, so I don't want to be putting a big double deep 10 frame hives on there. Wow, man, she's a good layer. Look at all this brood. This is what, the 3rd frame? Come on, show yourself. It's late in the evening when the sun's setting. It's hard to find a queen, especially if she happens to be a dark-bodied queen. They don't stand out like a light amber colored body. Well, maybe that's the next one. Plus there's a whole box down below, but I'm not going to go into that. I've seen what I need to see. I just, for giggles, want to see her. Say hi. Yeah, this is all nectar here, so I wouldn't expect to find her here. So she's gone down below where I missed her. And my queen spotting the last few times has not been the greatest, so I could have very well overlooked her. She won't be on this. This is honey. All right, well, let's close this up and get out of here. Boy, look at them heading down in there. And they're fanning. So they're fanning that queen's pheromone out in here for the other bees to know to go back in. Well, hey, that's awesome news. So that's 3 for 3. So hive 1, tiny swarms laying, 6 is laying, little bitty queen, micro queen over there, and number 19. So that was, I believe that's the last of our queenless hives that we knew were queenless. So we're all good there. So now we need to start doing routine checks, just spot checks, just run down the line. We need to check out these honey supers and decide, are we going to leave them on for fall flow, or are we going to take them off? A lot of things like that. Just kind of maintenance beekeeping and getting ready, getting into the fall and making sure the hives are good and strong. So we'll probably start doing some oxalic acid treatments as well, knock the mites down a little bit, and then in the fall when they slow their brood down, we'll hit them real hard then and get them down. And we'll start doing mite checks, and we'll actually test for mites and see how many we have in some of our hives. So that's the end of the video. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. We'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.